stood for was beneficial to Black people. Yes, it was. So you support it on that basis. Any man that you can find fault with any human being, right? So if you base a movement, right, off of a human being and not an issue, then y'all can win every fucking time. If you say, okay, well, I don't like the way yo did this, or this, that, and the third, any movement will can get fucking derailed if we base it off of a human, because we all can find something about a human being that we don't like. You dig what I'm saying? But ain't nobody can sit here and tell me that the issue that he was speaking on or protesting against was a reason to say we shouldn't fuck with that. You feel me? And then the key point of it, right? Where my blackology come in is when white people or the power structure show you where they stand on the issue is the biggest fucking reason that you should fucking support it. When they came out and said basically, you can't kneel for the flag when you're or protest against the national anthem or do anything when it comes to Black issues. When this motherfucker was talking about Black people being murdered by the police and these police officers getting acquitted and getting sent home on paid leave, when motherfucking Black men was dead in the motherfucking street and the NFL took a stance against Colin Kaepernick, and fuck Colin Kaepernick at that point. The stance that the NBA was saying, y'all niggas don't have a right to have feelings about this shit when it comes to playing fucking football. Fuck your humanity. You dig what I'm saying? This shit is, football is more important than we acknowledging your humanity. I think that was a bigger statement by the fucking NFL than it was Kaepernick. And the fact that we motherfucking dropped the ball and let Kaepernick get motherfucking and then we started participating on and then hold on. And then for high school to say that Kaepernick ain't become conscious until he got demoted, right, to second string. Kaepernick had already started. He was taking courses in Black. What's it called? He was in
psychology.
Yeah, basically. He was enrolled at the University of Berkeley, right? Taking courses in the underrepresentation of blacks in the political arena, right? Why he was in the NFL? He was taking courses in that type of shit. Why he was in the NFL? So then to turn around and say because he was a mixed race, right? And yeah, he was trying to find his identity. But when
I didn't say that though. I don't know about nobody else.
I know you ain't say that part. But that's one of the other narratives, right? That they were saying he was looking for his identity. Yeah, because he was mixed and adopted by white motherfuckers who ain't teach him shit about himself. And then once he started learning parts of himself, he felt as though, yo, these some real fucking issues. How you gonna carry yo for that? That's crazy as fuck. You know what I mean? Because niggas who been Black their whole fucking life, man, don't open this door. Niggas who been Black their whole life wouldn't stand up for the shit that yo was standing up for. So that speaks more to the niggas who was niggas since day one. He wasn't even a nigga from day one and was willing to stand up for some shit that niggas who been niggas from day one should have been standing up for.
But see, that's what I question though. I question if he was standing up for that though. You know, I don't know when he was taking them classes at Berkeley. But again, it could be just from me on the outside, right? Because I don't know the man really to judge his sincerity. So I could only go by the timeline of events, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when he was starting in 2013, 2014, what year was that he played in the Super Bowl? The lights went out.
2015, that was against the Ravens.
Right. So
Oh.
2014, right? So then the 2015 season came around, and he ended up getting cut like midway, not cut, but demoted in the middle of the season.
Because he was hurt. He was hurt.
Yeah,
he was coming off of motherfucking surgeries.
Yeah, but look, blame God. Listen though, you got to hear me out. See where I'm coming from, because this why I made the assessment, right? The assessment could be wrong. Okay, bet he get hurt or whatever midway in the season. Gabbert starts, right? They come back preseason 2016. Dude still starting. The Gabbert dude. He didn't. So Kaepernick didn't get his job back.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't get his starting position back. And in the preseason is when he first started sitting down, right? Because he ain't started out kneeling. He first started sitting down for
the national anthem.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then after that, right, after he realized he got to start again during that season. I think like the last 5 games or something. I can't remember if Gabbert got hurt or he was just playing bad or whatever the case may be. So yeah, he got to start again towards the end of the season, but they wasn't gonna re-sign him. They didn't, because he was playing like shit. He's basically a mixed Tim Tebow, if we keeping it real, right? And his subsequent actions after all of that happened, right? Him making a deal with the NFL and getting a settlement, him doing the Nike thing, it just all it came off as self-serving to me. Like, I would have wanted to see him doing what he was doing with the not standing up for the national anthem during the Super Bowl or when. No, but I'm saying though, I question this. It makes me question the sincerity, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Is that, you don't think that's fair on my part?
No,
like,
I can't assess a person's. I just can't go out there. For me, when somebody do something noble, I can't go out there and just start taking shots at that. You dig what I'm saying? I can only assess it off of what he did do, right? So you dig what I'm saying? And if it was noble, then I'm gonna rock with the nobility in it. I'm not gonna, you know what I mean? Make a narrative.
Focus on the small shit. I'm with that. Look,
a narrative about why he did it. If it was black people being killed in the street, right, by police officers, right, and that's something that, you know, is near and dear to me. And this athlete, right, chose to take a stance on it, right, then I'm not going to put his football career in that and try to say, well, the only reason he did it is like a person can't be, like Tupac showed you that human beings are complex. Like a nigga can you know, say one thing but love this also, and you know, like when are we not complex? Like, should him struggling in his NBA career be merged with him having a love for activism and wanting things to be better in this country? Like, why would I, like, if I can want that and be a barber, you think what I'm saying? Then why would I say an NFL player would be divorced to the circuit? That's crazy, Haskell. You know what I mean? But you could do it. You know what I mean? You could do it, but that don't seem like that'd be for you to do. That's crazy when I hear that coming from you with the stances and stuff that you take.
Nah,
you know what I mean?
look, you could be insincere, right? But what you're doing still benefits the whole, even if you're doing it for selfish purposes, right? And I only said it in the Discord really as like, I think like while this was going on, it's not something that I would get on a loudspeaker and shout out. You get what I'm saying? Because the benefits of what was going on outweighed whatever personal thing he was doing it for. So that's just me pointing that out in the Discord on some shit. Like, But I always felt like that though from the very beginning. Like the afro, him growing out the afro, it just came off as astroturf. It ain't feel organic to me. Like, and then when all was said and done, you begging to get back, get back in the NFL. Then you
Did he
cutting
say
deals.
that he didn't want to play in the NFL? And see, that's the type of shit
No, but
that
this is what I'm saying. Hear me out. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying, right? After you took the stance that you done taken,
he
right?
wasn't taking a stance against the NFL law.
No, this is what I'm saying.
He was taking a stance against police brutality and the way these cities and stuff was handling this shit. That's what he was taking a stance against.
This is what I'm saying, bro. You know that you was a pariah, right? You know you're not getting back in the NFL, bro. It's not gonna happen, bro. You feel me? So to me, him kind of making a spectacle of trying to get back in, to me, knowing that they wasn't gonna bring him back in. To me, he did that on some like to grandstand and show that he's being persecuted in some kind of way. And
He
then
was. Do you disagree that they was persecuted?
no, but listen, yes, once he started taking a knee and not standing for the flag and all that stuff, yes, because
And
it's
then
not
what
so
did
much
they tell
about
the other black
hold
players
on.
that was
Right,
doing it?
because other players started kneeling with them and it was the same thing. So listen, from their perspective, they don't care, right? Because they are they you know what I'm saying? They're good old boys. We know what's up with them and where they stand. You feel me? I'm talking about with him. I just didn't believe Buddy. Like, I don't believe that shit was sincere. I think it was he realized that his shit was at an end. I sincerely believe he realized that his career was at an end, right? Because dude couldn't make a read. You basically had to chop the offense down to some simple Simon shit, just like Tebow, right? One or two reads, right? And when he got cut that last time, got demoted that last time, I think he realized, like, this ain't gonna work. I gotta make a pivot. And I think he made a pivot to the Black Power shit. That was his new way of getting his new hustle. That's how I look at dude.
Hey, so let me ask you a question. Are we supposed to support him anyway, though?
I think
For
so.
me,
Like while it was going on, yeah.
Right. So I mean that's like I said, I'm trying not to participate too much in this because I'm gonna make mistakes. I don't really know much about it, but after watching that documentary, even the one, not just the documentary about him, but it was like a show about him too, where he was like they was talking about his white parents and stuff like that. His activism was in him kind of from when he was a youth. I don't know when he actually studied it and all of that, but he was having some conflicts with his color and his situation from even when he was a youth playing football. So it was always there. But in this particular case, even if we think it's bullshit now, or even if we thought that it was kind of bullshit then, the premise of what he was doing, I hate to say the words, the spirit of what he was doing, he was correct. And I don't think it really had nothing to do with football, because even when the NFL found out, now this I know because of the sports aspect, the NFL found out that they all colluded to keep him out of the NFL. It wasn't because he was good or bad at quarterback. It was just, they just didn't want that shit in the NFL. So it's like, whatever he was doing must have been speaking to something that was real. Because why
Can I say amen? Can I say amen? Amen. Go ahead, my brother. Amen. Don't mean to cut you. Amen. Go ahead.
Okay. Why would the NFL owners collude to basically stop this man from competing in football if what he was doing was cap. Like it was some real shit. We might not have liked the person that was at the head of the protests, but I kind of liked how he was doing. You know what I mean? I kind of, because he didn't bring attention to that shit. The world brought attention to that shit. He was just sitting down, kind of like what's that dude from back in the day? And they always likened it to him, and he caught backlash too. And the crazy thing is, it was from black people. It wasn't from white people. It was from white people, but black people were saying too, like, why don't you just stand up? What the fuck is that? What's the other guy, the basketball player? He was good as hell. He played with
Craig. I think you're talking about Craig Hodges.
No, not Craig Hodges.
Mahmoud.
What's her name?
Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf. When he started praying during the Pledge of Allegiance rather than putting his hand across his chest. It was black people and black basketball players specifically saying, like, what the fuck are you doing? When we probably should have tried to figure it out, get behind it. We could have put some real money behind it or put some good organization behind it and got some change, affect change. We asked these basketball players, they represent us on TV. We ask them to step up for us, but then we kill them when they do. So I don't know.
Right, but see, with him, he put it on the line when he was that nigga. You feel what I'm saying? That's why I never had any doubts. Like, I want to see niggas do that shit when you that dude, you all-star, first team, you getting all the love and adulation, and not when you done got relegated to the 10th man. It's gonna make me question.
So can we look at a timeline of events, right? If we look at a timeline of events, he was protesting specific events that happened. No Haskell, like during preseason, right? Before preseason, right? It was 3 incidents of black men being killed by the police. So how? Like, if he contrived this, right? What it seemed like everything just fell in his lap for him to do it. Like, the world actually works like that? Like, come on, yo, a nigga can't. So how did you feel about the police murders in the summer of 2016? How did you like that shit, Haskell?
I mean, you already know how I felt about it.
Exactly.
But that's just like even the national anthem though. If you ever read the 3rd verse, then you know what the national anthem is about. And the person who wrote it, you know what he was about too.
Right. See, all of that stuff came out.
Have y'all ever hold on? Anybody on the panel? Are y'all familiar with the third verse of the national anthem?
Yes,
we didn't become knowledgeable of that until Kapernick, though. Until Kaepernick, that's when all of that shit came out.
No, like I said, what came out of it was beneficial. That's why I said I wouldn't have been on no loudspeaker saying, yo, this nigga's a fraud and nothing like, you feel me? I wouldn't have did that. This just in some discourse shit that's me thinking out loud, like, yeah, I ain't never believed Buddy was sincere. But at the same time, I could be wrong because I'm speculating. You feel me?
Yeah, Askel, I love you like a brother. And while I jump on, I was listening to it on YouTube. And I said, no, man, I understand because that was a talking point. The talking point you made, that was a talking point a lot of black sportscaster was made at the time. They were parroting words from white people. 1 or 2 white people said it first, that he ain't shit now because he doesn't have a spot. That's why he's protesting. And then a lot of black, Ray Lewis ran with it. Who else ran with it?
The Stephen A. Smith.
Stephen A. Smith ran with it.
You know he gonna run with it. You already know what he said.
Nah, but his was even worse. We'll get back into that, but I don't want to cut his wisdom. But his was even worse because his was the whole. Remember, there was a workout, and that shit. He came to a workout with a Kunta Kinte shirt on,
right?
And they were saying like, there's no way in hell you seriously trying to get back into the NFL and you out here
that's
throwing
what
for
I'm
the
saying. Like that's to me that like not you grandstanding, dog. Like
no.
I don't know. Now you might be thinking because let me tell you something.
No. This come to my argument again.
Yeah, go ahead.
Listen, this man was who he is, and I'm going to show the world who he is. Accept me as who I am. I'm tired of being this whitewash Negro for the NFL. I'm tired of the NFL controlling us as black men that we do have opinion in affairs of the world that we live in. That's the dangers what we face. And honestly, if he did it when he was retired, I would still appreciate it. I would still appreciate it. That he did activism. And the NFL, those white owners and one Indian owner, did not appreciate him. They blackballed him because during that time, you had quarterbacks who were not as talented as him playing in the league still.
No, man. Dude was trash, man.
But we had other trash.
He was not.
We had a lot of trash. But he wasn't only trash. Year to year, year to year, there are 6 quarterbacks that are good. The majority of quarterbacks that play in the NFL are trash when you compare them to the ones that are good. When you compare them to the Patrick Mahomes, the Jacksons, most of them qualify as trash. So you saying a quarterback is trash is of no relevance because you know that if 75% of quarterbacks in the league are trash, am I lying?
I mean, I guess, man. But this is like if Bronny James would have started doing some black power shit, like, I was like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so a sorry
man,
nigga don't got no right. A sorry nigga don't got no right to be protesting to you. That's basically what you saying.
I'm a question.
Yeah, that's the wildest
Listen to what I'm saying,
ever.
bro. Because my thing is, though, why can't it never be John Moran or Jordan or LeBron? Why can't it never be the niggas? It's always when a nigga fell off and fucked up. Now all of a sudden you black.
Well, all right, that's the best argument I heard. I don't want no sorry niggas standing up for me.
No, careful. I want you to read this. I want you to go back. I want what you just said in the last 15 minutes and then critique it.
Y'all niggas is terrible.
No, because
you can't do that.
You know what it is? I feel as if you're standing up as the last man on the bench, you really don't got nothing to lose. You know what I'm saying? It's like perhaps I'm just a cynic, right? So I look at everything cynically. Like, I think Buddy's seen the writing on the wall. Like, dudes know when they about to get phased out, bro. Like, I'm not cut out for this. Like, my athleticism carried me, a certain distance, but I could see that I don't cut the muster. And I probably only maybe got 1 or 2 seasons. Like, he was about to be put into the journeyman portal. He's going to be bounced around and out the league in a couple years.
But guess what? Why I'm not calling him trash? Because if we look at, there have been 50 Super Bowl games, right? And
was Tebow trash?
Yeah. Tim Tebow was trash.
Him and Tebow is on the same level.
But guess what? Tebow got the opportunity. He should have got an opportunity also. There have only been 100 quarterbacks who have made the NBA, the NFL Super Bowl. He went to a Super Bowl. I'm not calling him trash. Right? He went to a Super Bowl. How much quarterbacks out there can say that they went to a Super Bowl?
Rex Grossman and what's buddy that was on the Bucks? The white boy.
Yeah.
What's the white boy on the Bucks?
But you don't understand. He achieved something that most people will never achieve who play football as quarterback. And for you to blame the calling him trash, I'm defending him because of
Brad Johnson.
Right? No.
It's Brad Johnson. I remember when Michael Irvin called him sad Brad Johnson.
Yeah.
So you got carried. Some quarterbacks get carried, man. Like, it happens. Like,
if you're saying that Colin Kaepernick got carried, you didn't watch the 49ers that year. That nigga, hey, I'm a Google YouTube.
He wasn't evil bad.
No, you just YouTube 49ers Packers playoff game. That nigga went absolutely crazy. He didn't get carried, but he was important.
They ain't figure him out yet. They was running them gadget plays.
I don't know.
No, Yeah, he had a big arm, and he was running all over the place. And he was making plays.
He was just running.
I think
around.
Haskell got some ulterior
Who was his receivers? I can't think of his receivers. Was Anquan Bolden there for that?
Haskell don't like him because he likes him.
Yeah, Anquan Bolden.
Here you go.
Anquan Bolden was one of his.
This some dick shit, yo. Like, he
football.
ain't fucking with it.
Yeah, I don't know Haskell. I gotta.
He think here he go, bro. He think I'm on some. You think I'm on some black? I'm on some black supremacy, some dark skin supremacy.
I don't know, bro, but this sounds personal, bro. Every time we give you a good answer, you keep running to something else saying, well, he was trash. He wasn't trash, bro.
He was trash, though. Like, all right, look
he
at
wasn't trash, bro.
What's buddy that got the white wife? Robert Griffin,
why
right?
you started off with buddy that got the white wife, bro? I can't listen to you.
No, I was trying to jog my memory. All right, Robert Griffin, right? His first season,
he was trash.
No, but he tore it up his rookie season, though.
Yeah,
he was killing it.
Nah, but Kaepernick, we're not talking about Kaepernick as a rookie. Kaepernick was just good, period, bro. Period.
No, bro.
Just period by itself. He was just good.
Nah, man, that messed up throwing motion, only being able to make 1 and 2 reads, like he couldn't read. He couldn't read the defense, bro. They did the same thing
when he put the Packers out the playoffs. Right? They don't agree with you, bro.
So what that mean? Tebow put the Broncos out the playoffs.
Tebow ain't ever get to a Super Bowl, and Tebow was most certainly trash. No question. He wasn't the same. Tebow in the NFL, Tebow in Florida, GOAT. Damn near God level. Tebow in the NFL, you can't even, him and Kaepernick wasn't even on the same. Now you sound like Skip Bayless. What we doing, Haskell?
Nah, Skip liked Tebow though.
Yeah.
He thought Tebow.
No, he loved Tebow. You trying to compare Kaepernick and Tebow?
No, they about the same. They about the same level.
No, hell no, not in the NFL. Not in the NFL.
Man. Oh,
you don't think so, Smalls? You don't think they about the same level?
I mean, listen, I get you with him having problems reading the defense, but Tim Tebow though, bro, come on, you can't do it, man.
Tim Tebow, bro, when he threw a touchdown, niggas was, bro, when the Broncos, they had like an 8-game winning streak. Tim Tebow threw like 5 touchdowns in 9 games, and they said he carried them, bro, because he was right. It's just
Let me look up Kaepernick's stats, bro. Hold on.
There's a lie in the stats. Just don't forget, he took them to the Super Bowl. Bro. He took them to the Super Bowl. He wasn't riding the bus. He was leading the way. And you could tell by what happened afterwards that trust me, what's that, one of them Harbaugh boys? He needed Kaepernick, bro. He needed him. And here's another thing, Haskell. If he was trash, then they wouldn't have had to collude to keep him. They had to keep him out of the NFL. That wasn't that was a concerted effort to keep him out of the NFL. That wasn't like he just didn't deserve to be there. The owners got together. They found emails of the owners talking to each other like, yo, we can't have him back. So he wasn't trash. He wasn't trash. Like, put it like this, Haskell. If he was trash, there wouldn't be, if it was a universal language that he was trash, there wouldn't be an argument as to whether he deserved to be back in the NFL. That was the argument. They couldn't believe that a motherfucker as talented as him that led a team to the Super Bowl is not at least a backup quarterback. They couldn't believe that. They're like, he should be a starter. But they can't believe that he don't even deserve to be a backup because he got an afro. Like, I don't agree, but sometimes I'm a go along to get along type nigga. So I don't agree that he should have worked. Like, if I was his management, I would have said maybe not wear the Kunta Kinte shirt. You know what I'm saying? For the workout for the 32 team. I might have said that to him. Like, hey, we got a better chance if you just put some of your blackness away a little bit. But then again, if he say that that's what he want to do, then in my opinion, I got to believe, like, it ain't 100% about football with him. He want to be who he is. He wants to be in the league, but he want to be who he is in the league. And then that's when I realized that's when I would have switched and I did what his agent would have did anyway. Went to Nike, got him a deal. Went to Netflix, got him a deal. And just made sure that he could take care of himself whether or not he was in the league. That's how I see it. You know what I mean? But I don't think it's a minstrel show because he wanted to wear a Kunta Kinte shirt. I think the man is standing on his square. And I think he expected us to back him. I think he expected us to back him.
And you know what though? I will say this.
Man, that nigga Kapernick was clout chasing like a motherfucker. I remember he played at Nevada, and even if you look at his upbringing, he was never known to. Man, that nigga was clout chasing, bro.
Real quick, Betty, because I wanted. This is important, right? I want everybody to understand. I'm just thinking out loud. I do understand that I could be wrong, and that this guy that's coming into the realization of himself just coincided with a certain time period. You feel me? I'm just looking at it from how I'm doing a lot of speculating. And the fact that Fetty is in like wholehearted agreement with me is giving me cause to think maybe I might be wrong on this. But,
y'all have a good one. Y'all have a good one. I'm gone. Y'all have a good one.
Oh God, bro. No, I understood Fetty. The reason why I was asking, I even wanted to do the show, is because Fetty understands sports. So, and I can have like in-depth sports conversations with Fetty. If Fetty's saying that, then I would have to kind of be like, well, what is he saying? You know what I mean? Like, why does he think so? Because, like you said, most of y'all don't even know he played for Nevada.
See, that's
so he can go back to college and say that he wasn't that way even in college. You might have lost your best source of information making jokes.
But look, I wanted him to go in though. I didn't think he was gonna hang up like that, bro. Like, come on,
that's
bro.
What he gonna do that, bro.
Fetty, if you're listening, brother, it's a joke, bro. Like, come on, man.
And that shit was funny to the motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie.
But nah, he's not. He's fairly correct with that. Like he kind of he wasn't that way in college, but I think that kind of goes to Chef's point though.
Right.
It all started in and around the police shit that happened in 16.
Yeah. That's why I was saying perhaps he just came into the realization of himself, because that happens, like you were saying earlier with humans, right? And he had a very different experience than most of us, particularly that he was raised by white people. But him seeing these events occurring and then seeing how unjust, the people were being with these events, maybe it did spark something within him. And maybe it was organic. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, I could be wrong, but just from my perch where I'm sitting at, it just doesn't have that.
Driving with you.
Yeah, it don't have that organic feel to it, man. I don't know what it is, man.
But it ain't all gonna be perfect though. You agree with that, right?
Nah,
like it ain't all gonna line up. You know what I mean?
Nah,
movements and things ain't gonna line up that way. Like we could, because if that's the case, I hate to be hyperbolic, but then if that's the case, then we could be like the Rosa Parks sitting in front of the bus was a stunt. She could have just sat in the back type shit. Like why you've been riding the bus all this time, why all of a sudden you want to ride in the front type shit. Like we can't when we do movements, and I'm not comparing the two, I'm just saying when we do movements and things like that, I don't think some of this stuff don't start organically. You know what I mean? It ain't all gonna be perfect, but we gotta kind of focus on the spirit of it. Like focus on, I can't believe I just said that, but focus on the the premise of what the original thing was. He wasn't sitting down for himself.
That's a perfect example you use with the Rosa Parks thing, right? Because some people do miss the forest for the trees in regards to that, right? So yeah, it was some fake shit, but we knew what they were trying to accomplish. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's why I said I was just thinking out loud in the Discord. I would have never got on a loudspeaker and say, yo, that nigga just grew his frame. Like dead in the middle of everything going on. And no, I would never do that because I understand like if there's a fumble and a lineman picks up the football, yeah, you don't want your 350-pound lineman. Optimally, that's not who you want running it back. But guess what? He got a ball in his hand, so you got to go.
And that's where we at. This is the situation. Right. Yeah, I got you. I got you.
And Haskell and Brass, you know, one question that I haven't, or maybe someone asked it, but I know he did some sort of literacy thing in 2025. What's he doing right now? You know, would that be a relevant question? You know, if we're
getting fat, he ain't in the NFL.
But I would want to know what is activism sort of.
He's still on his Black Power shit is what Smalls is at.
Oh, so like now that the cameras is off, is he still that way?
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. I hate interjecting stuff like this because then it's like the person that actually disagrees with Chef don't want to talk about it. So now it's like it kind of is about to kill the conversation. You know what I mean? But I get it.
Whatever he's doing now, if I was him, I wouldn't even be fucking with black people. So I hope he's not motherfucking, because, man, yeah, I wish the fuck I would.
Nah, but Chef, most people don't feel like how I feel. So most people, most black folks rode with him.
Most people just don't care at this point. I think it gets movements and protests. They compare them a lot to fires. You know what I mean? They're not steady. They burn real bright. You know what I mean? And then after a while, you know, nobody's talking about George Floyd no more. Nobody's talking about Ahmaud Arbery no more. Like, the shit burned hot. There was a trial. Motherfuckers got paid. And then that's that. You know what I mean? Don't nobody care now.
No, because you need an organization. That's why the Rosa Parks worked. Because she had an organization behind her. But he didn't have an organization behind him. NAACP never took up his cause. Black Lives Matter borrowed from his cause and promoted themselves. So that is it. Unless you have an organization behind you, oftentimes your protests don't mean anything. Right? That's what you would say. And there was no organization behind him. But anyway, let me segue. You see my boy last night, Wemby? Anybody watch that game? Oh Lord. Wemby.
He looking like if he can stay healthy, he looking like the next evolution of whatever basketball gonna be in the NBA.
Yeah. The dude have an inside game, an outside game, carry the ball, dunk. He was doing everything last night. Defense, he shut them down so hard that these niggas are afraid to go into the paint. That game, and everybody needs to go and watch the highlights. That dude is on a different level. If he can sustain that and be healthy, we're not talking about LeBron.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and watch those highlights.
That was an amazing performance. That was a hell of a performance. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, Chef, you know what the beauty of that was last night, though? And this is where my blackology gonna kick in. The number one pick, the white boy, Cooper Flag, was on the other side of the court.
Yeah.
And one of these things is not like the other. That's all I'm gonna say. One number one pick and that number one pick, that it don't even look like they in the same universe as far as like skill. Because Wemby just ain't tall. Wemby is like skilled. That nigga's doing crossovers, spins, back to the baskets. And you can't, he changes the whole gravity of the court as far as by the rim, because you cannot, and I repeat, you cannot, if you within that rim and he in there, if you go straight up, you're an idiot. You better know where he at before you go up for a layup.
Look, though, he walked down AD, Anthony Davis, he walked him down and let him look silly last night. He made AD look silly. Every time AD and him came together, it was like, no pause. It was like, AD, what you doing? Aren't you this great defensive player? AD was looking silly.
He washed up.
Yeah, AD got them motherfucking Kareem goggles now. He look crazy.
Yeah, he washed.
And
He
he look
getting ready.
he look like he out of shape. He look a little bit out of shape too.
Yeah, he's in that part of his career where he's going into his decline. You feel me? So
Hey Haskell, you know what part of his career he at? After LeBron got you a ring. That's the part of the career that he at right now. This is post LeBron got you a ring, and now we got to get back to seeing who you are and what you could do per se. And it ain't he's always so injury prone. It don't even like he can. I've never seen him really stay healthy for a full season, and now he wearing Kareem goggles. I'm not with it. Hey, Haskell, I need you to go on mute, Haskell, because I want to ask. Hey, Fetty, talk about, if you can, with no interruption, can you kind of expound on your point about what you was about to say about Colin Kaepernick at Nevada to kind of bring the conversation back? Because you got a key insight because you know more about sports than most niggas. Why do you, now Haskell's kind of backing off his point. Why would you still say that he was capping?
I mean, it's a lot of different things. I remember when he played at Nevada, and I looked at like like a college player, they'll give like the family background of the player, show them their parents and their upbringing and shit like that. If I'm not mistaken, he came from a white adopted family, right?
Yeah, he came from watch the series Colin Black and White for the audience. He comes from the show highlights, Fetty, how he came from a white adopted family that was kind of woke. He had two considered woke parents who and they talk about how, they would go to hotels and he would be with his parents and they'd be saying to him, like, what are you doing here? And the parents would be like, oh yeah, he's just carrying our bags. They make jokes about it, but they were kind of woke. Like they knew what they was getting into, even down to, I hate to cut your words.
Even that. How am I supposed to know that that's not filled with political propaganda?
That's true, because it is media. You're right. It's media. This is true.
That's what I'm saying. I remember like when he was in college again, and he had a whole different swag to him. And when he was talking about his parents, it won't with none of that rigor that was in that documentary you talked about. And also like it's the whole thing of how you gonna do all of that, and then he's supposed to be standing 10 toes down, doing all that. And the moment that he wanted to get a spot in the NFL, he come crying back. That's another reason. And on top of that, I don't know if y'all knew his girlfriend at the time. I don't know if he's still with her. Homegirl that was with MTV. I forgot her name. Damn, I forgot shorty's name. But once I heard,
he's still with her.
You still with her? She a Latina or something like that, right? She ain't black. But I heard her like she used to speak on Kaepernick's behalf in a lot of like interviews and shit. And I'm like, bro, this shit sounds phony as fuck. Like, and the reason why I was a little turned off by it is because I think he looked at it as, if I do this kneeling thing, it's gonna be beneficial for me, but can't nobody critique me because it's under the name. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a Joker card he pulled. But ultimately, if you see through his actions after that, it was personal shit. So he was probably going through, some conscious shit, a new ideology, which motivated him to, I guess, take the knee. But it's like the shit he did afterwards just kind of showed that he won't gonna stand on business for real.
What shit he did afterwards? Because I'm going to push.
I think instead of the whole tryout thing, I think he should have like doubled down and not even wanted to play at all or to get a spot. If what he kneeled for was that important, you can't be crying. You can't be saying fuck the white man, fuck y'all system, and then the moment
I don't think that's what he was saying, though.
That's not what he was saying.
Corey,
let him finish.
Let him finish his thought. I got you, Corey. I'm gonna go right to you after this. Let him finish his thought.
But again, I gave 3 different points. I saw what he was before when he played at Nevada and when he first came into the league. I saw the turn that he did as soon as he that whole kneeling thing happened, and how he all of a sudden has these extreme ideologies where we don't know, none of us can pinpoint when exactly he felt this way. That's why I think it's disingenuous. But it's like one of those, it's those double-edged swords type of thing. Like you could be, you could partake into something that's, I guess, commendable and how people can see it commendable, but you don't know the ultimate intent of that person. Again, like in sport, if you go that route, you're automatically going to be looked at as a martyr. You're going to be in museums and shit like that. So I think he used that as a way to, I guess, keep his name alive, because NFL players, motherfuckers forget about you quick. You know what I'm saying? So I think he used that as a way to clout chase a little bit. But that's just my
Hey,
opinion.
hey, Fetty is
Can I go
Colin
after
Kaepernick.
Corey?
Fetty is
Hold
Can I
on.
go
Kaepernick
after
and
Corey?
Kappa. Didn't he pledge Kappa at the University of Nevada?
Yeah,
Why'd he do that?
he's a Cap Alpha Psi.
Yeah,
Oh,
but he
really?
also, but even at Nevada, did he kneel, or did he kneel for national anthem?
No, he didn't. He didn't kneel. I don't think. I'll look it up, but I don't think he
All
knelt.
right.
Why you?
You
Hold on.
don't think?
Before we get to Corey, why'd you bring up the Kappa part? I'm curious.
Because to me, that shows that he was already tapping into his
His blackness.
right there.
Hold on. Let him finish. Stupides.
That's
What you
what.
think?
Well, Stupides finished it for me. He was tapping into his blackness right there. He was
And why
also
was he
involved
wearing
in
that?
a lot of
Stupides,
multicultural
calm down.
programs on that campus too.
Go ahead,
So
Howard. We hear what you're saying. Say it again.
he was already he pledged Kappa, and he was involved in a lot of multicultural programs on campus too. Look it up. So
Yeah,
he was already tapping into his blackness way back then.
I'm gonna look
I
it
don't.
up now.
Do you get what I'm saying regarding the whole being an NFL player and using something like that? Because again, if you can show that he was kneeling while playing in Nevada, I never saw that.
What did he have to kneel for at Nevada?
No, again, the reason why I brought up the kneeling thing and putting yourself in front of a political ideology, and as an NFL player, we cannot act like he didn't look at the pros and cons of that before doing it, and he probably was like, "Yo, I can use this as a way to personally put myself at the forefront of something." You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think the personal intent part came in. I'm not denying the part. I'm not denying the part where he was going to college and looking for aspects of it, because that's how college is. I'm not denying that he probably was capping and all of that. But I'm just saying when he played at Nevada and when his family and stuff
Why
was
did you use the
presented.
word probably was Kappa? Why did you use that?
Okay, you getting caught
That's
up in the words. Okay, even if he was Kappa, I'm not denying the fact that he was. I'm just saying I remember when he played at Nevada.
Credit.
God damn.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Hey,
Go ahead.
Howard, do me a favor real quick, and this is to everybody on the panel. We're all not the same. Some of us can be cut. Some people can be cut off and will still kind of participate. We got to kind of respect the fact that some people just want to get their shit out and then not be interrupted. I'm kind of both. Sometimes I get upset, and sometimes I won't really care. Fetty, let him get his thought out because he'll stop talking, but he got a lot to give the conversation. So even if you want to jump in while he's talking, just let him finish his sentence. You got to talk. We can treat everybody fair, but we can't treat everybody the same. Go ahead, Fetty.
Yeah,
I understand what you're saying, Brian.
only thing I'm gonna
But that
leave
wasn't
with,
me to cut him off.
the last thing I'm gonna
No,
leave
I'm
with
not
is that,
saying you, Howard. I'm talking to everybody. Go ahead, Fetty.
I'm saying that the last thing I'm gonna leave with is that he could have been doing something I guess he thought was had good intent or whatever, but I think there was an element of personal gain to it. And
You chopped and screwed, brother.
reason why you do it. That's just me though. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. You was chopped and screwed before.
Yeah. I was saying for me, if I see that your intent in doing something has a possible personal motive behind it, whether it's minimal, I got to look at your overall premise at why you're doing it. And given the fact, when you stand on something and then the moment that those owners that you was crying about or whatever said, you know what, try out or whatever, and you buckle, I just think, I don't know. That's just how I look at it. That's just, this isn't a right or wrong thing. This is how I look at it.
So you would say that he basically your stance based on what you know. He did join Kappa at University of Nevada. He was a part of some black groups at University of Nevada. I just looked that up. But would you basically say, based on when he started kneeling in 2016, you would tie that more to visibility and getting something out of it personally versus that's just in and around the things that he started to be protest the Pledge of Allegiance for?
Yeah, I think it's both. I think it's both. Yeah, I think it's both. You can have you can kill those two birds with one stone. That's why, like, again, when I heard his girl break it down, I'm like, she sound like she a motherfucking she capping a little bit. So I don't know. It just seemed like it was mostly for him to be placed in museums, to be looked at as this person who stood up, and it's going to be echoed after generations. But if he was just Colin Kaepernick, the quarterback, I don't care if you're a Pro Bowl quarterback, you're going to be forgotten at one point. But if you take that political route, you're going to be cemented in NFL history or just political history as it pertains to that. So I think that's the angle he was coming from a little bit. Like, it was some personal intent. That's just my opinion, though. That's my opinion.
Okay, Corey, let Corey say, because I skipped Corey to get to y'all, then I go to Howard and CP. Go ahead, Corey.
Okay, yeah. So, and it's cool that, everybody got their own opinion, and I ain't saying one person is absolutely wrong about nothing, right? But I think first of all, I don't believe like his reasons, because I can remember back to those seasons where he was taking those knees, and it was a lot going on, and even me, I was kind of going through something myself with seeing Tamir Rice being shot in that park like that. Like, that sent me down the road myself, and all of that was kind of happening. You know what I'm saying? You had the other boy in Baltimore, and then you had the boy in New York. You know what I mean? I apologize. I can't remember everybody's name. Eric Garner.
Yeah.
And then the other kid who they toss him around in the paddy wagon. And you know what I mean? I mean, every week it was something. And but for me personally, it was the whole Tamir Rice thing, right? And I can remember kind of when that happened, like, that he was really like, the spotlight was kind of on Kaepernick because he was kind of like out there by himself taking a knee. Now, at first, there was a group of niggas taking a knee with him. You know what I'm saying? It was groups of niggas on different teams also taking a knee, right? They started hearing rhetoric, the niggas, the
And
other
they
niggas,
buckled,
right?
and them niggas buckled.
And them niggas backed off and left Kaepernick out there but Kaepernick kept doing it because he was principled, in my opinion. This is my opinion, he was principled. And the other niggas backed off, right? I don't think he was doing it because he was saying, fuck you white folks and fuck you NFL or none of that. It was him being he was representing himself as an American. You see what I'm saying? And understanding that, we're this is the flag we supposed to be representing, but this flag ain't representing me, right? So soldiers told them, don't turn your back, don't not stand, don't do none of that. The honorable thing you should do.
Corey, pardon me. Corey, I just want to get some clarity. It was a teammate that was a soldier that told him I remember that part. It wasn't just soldiers.
It was a teammate.
Yeah, one of his teammates who was a soldier said, I appreciate what you're doing. I don't want to stop you, what's the name, but just to give respect to the military. That's why he went, because he was sitting down at first. Then he went to kneeling because I'm going to get his actual name of his teammate. It was former Green Beret and NFL player Nate Boyer met with him after seeing him sit and just said, kneel. That way you can at least show respect for military service while still making your statement. And he agreed.
Right. Yeah. Hold on real quick.
But yeah, that's where the kneeling part came.
Since Corey and pause, can I just say my thing in 2 seconds?
Yeah. Just when he cut, just let him back in, Paul.
Yeah. When Kaepernick has always celebrated his blackness, even when he was winning, he was wearing his afro. He was always celebrating his blackness. No, when Tamar got killed, when George Floyd, I know George Floyd was long after, it stirred an emotion in many persons that is undeniable. And for a black person who you may deem successful, who went through his own trial and tribulation to find his own identity, who was never afraid of his own identity, who pledged to a black group, who participated in black things in university, who wore his afro or his cornrows even when he was winning. Even when he was winning, he celebrated black hairstyle. He was unapologetically black. To question that black man now to say how he kneeled because he wanted NFL money. He wasn't protesting the NFL at no time. But because what he was protesting was bigger than himself, many persons didn't like him. So guess what? They villainize him and say, oh, now that you're washed up, you want to. No. He was always a black dude. Although he was mixed, he was more black than Russell Wilson. But nobody knows, right?
Why'd you have to find a way? Why'd you have to find a way to cut Russell Wilson and praise?
But am I lying?
You cut.
He was more black than
lying. I'm not saying you're lying. That's not.
Yeah.
I don't tell people they're lying. It's just I thought that was funny that you cut Russell Wilson.
Yeah, he was more black than RG3. And all of these Negroes jump up because of the NFL dollars. And they abandoned him and left him out in the cold. Now people asking, what is he doing now? Not a fucking thing. What? And he shouldn't. He shouldn't.
No, he's doing a lot now. I looked it up. He's still in
he's doing a lot now. He's still active. I know that he's still active. I know, but I'm just saying that he shouldn't be doing anything. Because dudes left him out in the cold. But he's still there. People say, why did he speak for himself? He spoke lightly and carried a big stick. Ronald Reagan said that. He was speaking, his big stick was his kneeling. He didn't have to speak anymore because he made his intention clear. Why is he kneeling? He told people for police brutality. What more explanation do you need? His girlfriend was always talking, that is true, to defend her man. That's her prerogative, to defend her man. And it's just, she's still his girlfriend. Right? She was defending her man. Everybody had issue with everything. It was nitpicking. I have a magazine with a picture of Colin Kaepernick face on my wall. I think I've shown people. I have, like, on my wall, I have about 9 comic books, where each of the comic books have black superheroes on it. Right? I find comic books with black superheroes on it. Because my son never see black superheroes growing up. So I used to buy comic books with black superheroes. So I frame them. I frame some of them. I put them on my wall. So when people come in and see them, they say, what are these? I said, these are black superheroes. You might not see them in the Marvel movies. Right?
They still be.
Yeah.
Greatest superhero of all time is Superman. Just like
Yeah. True. The white savior, the Jesus figure.
Oh yeah, came here. Hey, can you hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
I did H2Bs. I did that on purpose, bro.
You know that would be my answer, right? That would be my answer. You know,
the savior, the white savior. I got you.
The Jesus figure.
Yeah. What I want to say to the Colin Kaepernick thing, is I could imagine me, right, and doing something. Because I do a trade that I love. With the job that I do, right, it's hard and it's hard work, and a lot of people wouldn't want to do it, right? But the job that I do, I love my job, right? So if I end up having a problem with the union, you know what I mean, and I have somehow protested the union, and somehow for some reason they kick me out or something, or they make me inactive, or whatever the case may be, right? That because they kicked me out, and then all of a sudden, like, they figured out, okay, that was bogus. Maybe I shouldn't have kicked him out, and we'll give him a chance. Because I go back and try to get myself back established in my trade, you know what I mean? Don't mean I'm selling out. I love what I do. And Colin Kaepernick done worked hard all his life since he been a young kid to work to get to the NFL, to showcase what he can do on that field. And the place where he wasn't, and again, the thing was, in the beginning, he was not protesting the NFL. That was not his protest. What his protest was, America was not standing up to what America said it was supposed to be. America is not the America that he pledged of allegiance, the American that he knows that to pledge of allegiance to the flag. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, I think we look at things in a different way. I think maybe if we were, because in the time, when you were in the time, you understood clearly why he was taking a knee. You know what I'm saying? Like, but, you know, people kind of come and look at it, and, you know, you'll hear other people say a lot of things, and you'll hear a lot of different opinions later on. You know what I'm saying? But like, while he was doing it, in the time, it was the people who were like the naysayers or had an issue with what he was doing sounded straight up racist. They sounded like they didn't understand what black men like me and you guys go through on a day-to-day basis. They felt like they seemed it like, to me, when people would be the naysayers or to criticize Colin Kaepernick, right? They couldn't understand Tamir Rice being in that part. Yeah, you know, they couldn't understand what it looked like from my eyes to see Tamir Rice get shot in the stomach. Y'all know getting shot in the stomach is one of the most painful ways to go. That little boy survived for a week after he was shot in the stomach, and he suffered and died in the hospital, bro.
And it was very painful. That was Ohio. That was in the news.
Yeah, that was Ohio.
Yeah, in the newspaper, they were running, Corey, on how actually painful and the amount of drugs they didn't want to put him in a coma and all of that, but he died in pain. Like
absolutely,
he died in pain. That was a good. He got a gut shot. What they call it.
Tamir, his situation was, for me, the one that made me the angriest out of all of them.
It did. It took me to a different place. It took me mentally.
Let me tell you something.
It went
on
took
some
me
real
to a place.
shit. I was here in Florida. Like, sometimes you just have these random thoughts. I really was like thinking about mounting up and
absolutely
find dudes, like literally, like going to Ohio. Like, I don't know what I was thinking. It's crazy.
Bro, that shit, bro. If you're a black man and you wasn't thinking something crazy in your head, then something was wrong with you, bro. Like, it literally broke me down mentally, bro. Like, it broke me. It sent me to a place.
I was thinking to myself, y'all don't know what this dude at? Like, for the people in Ohio, like, how is he just like, is this all good? Like, that's a child, bro.
Right. And for Kaepernick to just sit down during the national anthem, for us to villainize that when we all were struggling with what was happening to black people in this country at the hands of the police, and for us to say that we was going through it, but when he showed some type of
millions of dollars for it,
yeah, like he on some fuck shit. He the one on some fuck shit. Like, that's crazy. Like,
but y'all proving
really
if he had personal motive. But y'all proving it's a gray area though. If he had like any personal motive, the fact that y'all was saying like
the personal motive.
Of course, let him finish his sentence.
Yeah, I don't even understand. Like, sometimes, like, when niggas say shit, bro. Like, especially how we talking about this Tamir Rice. I'm gonna go ahead and say it, bro. You can call me emotional. When we're talking about this subject, I'm emotional than a motherfucker.
PTSD.
I'm emotional than a motherfucker.
Yeah, y'all niggas started acting crazy.
I'm pissed. I'm pissed at the fact that y'all can disrespect a man that stood up and your bitch ass sat on your couch and criticized it.
Stay here,
Freddie. Your bitch ass didn't do shit about it. Your bitch ass sits up and do what causes the police to keep on being able to do that type of shit. The niggas like you, the bitch bitch niggas like you is what makes police feel like it's all right to keep doing that shit.
My opinion. You
Hey,
Now,
brother Corey.
now,
All right, now,
Brother Corey.
everybody
just
chill out.
saying the
Everybody
truth.
chill out.
It's
Everybody
bitch
chill
ass
out.
niggas like this,
nigga,
right?
if you
We're
was to see
giving
me in real
police
life, you wouldn't do
laws
that. I
to
would knock
keep
your
doing
bitch
it.
ass out.
That's
I would
what it
knock your
is.
ass out.
Hey,
That's why
I
they
would
keep
knock
doing
your
it.
bitch ass out. I
But
would
you
knock
wouldn't
you
do
out
that to the
after
police, though.
I will
Here
knock
You
we
wouldn't
your
do
go.
it
bitch
to
Here
the
we
ass out.
police.
go.
You would do
You
it to
have a
me.
mental.
You would do it to
Not say
me,
son in
right?
nigga,
That's
son.
fine.
Get
I'm
your
not
ass
threatened by you. I'm not
what you
threatened by
talking
you,
about.
right?
Nigga, you
But
call
what
me
you
a
better
bitch.
watch
I'm
out
not even
towards the
finna call a
police.
nigga a bitch.
You better not. You ain't got to worry about me.
Shut your
The thing
bitch ass
is,
up.
the thing is,
Concrete
you
wearing
don't
ass
have
nigga.
to
That's why
worry
you mad
about
at me.
me. You need to,
Man,
you need to worry about them police.
All right, stop.
shut your bitch ass up, nigga.
I'll let that shit go on for a minute. Stop.
Oh ass nigga.
Stop.
Niggas
Fetty, finish your point.
Man,
Let's
I'm good,
bring
bro.
the
Niggas be
conversation back on
that's
red.
why I be quiet, bro. Niggas be acting like hoes, bro, over opinions. Like niggas is hoes, bro.
All right, what was your point, bro? What was your point?
Nothing. I'm straight, bro. I'm listening, bro, because niggas get to every conversation. That's why I stay quiet. Niggas be acting like bitches, my nigga. That's why I'm just stay quiet.
All right, brother. That's that. We done heard 5 bitches, 5 hoes from you and him. That's fine. We all bitches and hoes to each other. Cool. Well, let's get back to the conversation we having. And then and trust, this is also from, we was talking about a situation that happened in Ohio, or not, well, that happened to Tamir Rice, no matter where it happened. But it happened, and it's going to be emotionally charged because that's a young black boy that didn't get a chance to be a young black man. So I understand the passion in that argument, Corey, but I don't want to derail the whole thing. But Fetty left. Y'all go ahead. Y'all go ahead and talk. He left. Go ahead and talk.
I'm asking, did y'all hear the shit this nigga was about to say? And then we gonna say, oh, it's the both sides.
I couldn't hear nothing. I couldn't hear it. Y'all was screaming.
Yeah, because you would have cussed his ass out. You would have cussed his bitch ass out.
Yeah, I didn't hear. I'm not saying neither one of y'all.
From Ohio, you being from Ohio, you would have cussed his motherfucking ass out for about to say the bullshit he was about to say.
What did he say? So you
He
heard
was saying
it.
that Kaepernick had ulterior motive. He was implying. And he was implying that
The motive is that we give a fuck about Tamir Rice, is what he's saying. He taking the Tamir Rice situation personal. That's what he was finna say. Some bitch ass shit.
Yeah.
Which way you supposed to take it as a black man?
Yeah, I don't know, Corey. I don't know if
hear what he was saying.
Yeah,
but that's what he was saying.
I don't know if he was going to speak. Hold on, Corey. I don't know if he was going to speak.
Come on, man. I ain't no motherfucking fool, bro. You ain't got to spell it out for me. I'll cut you off.
Hey, Corey.
You ain't got to spell it all the way out for me.
Hold on. I didn't hear him going towards the Tamir Rice thing. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was going to speak on Kaepernick, and he thought that Kaepernick was being self-serving.
We was talking about Tamir Rice, and he was finna allude to the fact that y'all proving this personal. Because listen to what he's saying. Y'all right here, what y'all saying is proving this personal. This is what he started out saying. Why were us talking about Tamir Rice and how we was feeling about Tamir Rice, right? Why would that trigger that? Because he about to say, well, Colin Kaepernick took it personal. He was on some personal shit.
Oh yeah, no, that's out of bounds. I'm a hope wherever you at, Freddie. I'm a hope that that's not what you was about to say. I'm a really hope that that's not what you was about to say, because that would be completely out of bounds. We talking, no. I didn't. The little bit I did hear, Corey, I didn't get that. And I don't think
I didn't get that.
But if that is what it was, then you was within bounds to say what you said.
Because to me, this is how I feel when it comes to certain people. Like, you supposed to know how they think already. Like if I get on a panel with Chief X, like, it's nothing he could say that I'm gonna crash out on him, because I know who he is. You know what I'm saying? Like, he feels like Ahmaud Arbery's murder was justified. So probably he probably the type of person who was to say, well, Tamir Rice had a gun and he shouldn't have had a gun, and like, he'll say stuff like that. So, and because I know he will, I just can't work up no more energy to really cuss a Chief X out. You know what I'm saying? Because like you just know what you getting, bro. You know, and Fetty is kind of that way too. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah. Did you just find a way to cut two niggas in a moment of clarity? Y'all do do this shit. Hold on. Y'all do this
but
shit
Brass,
so well. Hold on, Haskell. Y'all
it
do
ain't
this
even
so
cutting them
well
though.
that y'all will cut a motherfucker completely.
Nah, Brass,
And
that's
also
not
in the
cutting.
same breath be trying to bring clarity and calm to the situation, but we'll cut a nigga in
Yeah,
half.
because look,
Bro, you know what
I
you just
feel
said?
this what I'm. The reason why I said it the way how I said it
Jesus
is because I feel the exact same way Corey does, right? But to me, if you're gonna be on a panel with a person like that, it's still best to keep some level of civility. Like you got to find a way to do it. Otherwise, there's no point in even having a conversation with him. You feel
Yeah,
what I'm
but
saying?
sometimes y'all be expecting too much though, because the man got kids, and we was talking about Tamir Rice.
Yeah, I know, but this one,
It's
what I'm
like he ain't no
saying.
superhuman, bro. Average,
Not
he's
for sure.
the calmest.
But you know Fetty gonna say some shit that's gonna get you hot. Like that's, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I
cause
hate
I
to
just snapped on.
bring comedy to this, and you're gonna say I'm cutting the conversation, but Fetty doesn't say things that make me hot. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna just say that sounded crazy what you just said. I'm mad. That's a joke on purpose. But hopefully Fetty can stop saying stuff that makes you hot, and we'll move forward. Well, go ahead. I'm trying to lighten the situation. Yeah, I'm trying to lighten the situation.
Oh, by the way, Nessa is an Egyptian. I think Chef would call her a real Egyptian. You know, going by how she looks. What's the name?
Colin Kaepernick girl.
Colin Kaepernick wife.
Oh,
okay.
Let's trying to segue this shit in a slick way.
Yeah. Can I say something? How Haskell approach a topic is different than how Fetty approach it. Haskell approach it with an openness to alter his opinion. Fetty approached it with his opinion cured concrete.
With scorn.
With a level of scorn. Right? With a level of scorn. Because after Haskell heard us talk about the reaction to Tamir Rice, I know that he started to consider that probably Kaepernick had that same reaction that he had because he was willing to crash out. So why shouldn't Kaepernick be willing to crash out also?
Right. And I would add this. We all go through different levels of radicalization in our lives. And as a young person, I guarantee you all of y'all was at more radical stages in life at an earlier age than y'all are now. And I guarantee you it's a flashpoint when you became radicalized. There was a moment of realization of our position here in this country at one point in time that made you really focus in on that, right? Now, wherever you at in life now, you might be a little bit removed from that. But at a younger age, I guarantee you, reading a book like Malcolm X for young black men, right? At a certain age, it definitely put a spark in you. You start to gobble up all type of black information and start to look at things from a black perspective. Now, if those same things was happening at that time that you became radicalized, like black men was dying in the street every week at the hands of the police, at the time that you was the most radical at a young age, you telling me that Kaepernick is the voice of how all of us would have felt at that time of our radicalization? Get the fuck out of here. And only thing he did was sit down during the national anthem. We say that shit was, come on, bro. We take away from a motherfucker. Like, how do we take away? If we do a show where we all talk about when we became black conscious or the moment we was our most conscious selves, I guarantee you it would be around Kaepernick age at that motherfucking time. I guarantee it.
Absolutely.
I guarantee it. You know what I mean? So even if he not still on that shit, you feel me? I wasn't where I was at 23. Yo, I can show y'all pictures. Yo, nigga, I wasn't, man, come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Listen, nigga, Chef had the locks, nigga.
Yo,
Yeah, but Chef, would you agree? And this ain't a but. This is the buttress your point. Ah, that was a bar. Would you agree also? Our activism might be the same, but it just changes. Instead of protest, it might be like for me, there's a certain part of my real estate that specifically goes to single black mothers, goes to abused black mothers, goes to lower income blacks specifically. So I still have the same vigor.
When you was 23, you would have hit a nigga in the mouth. Though.
Right. But when I was 23, I'd have said, "Let's go kill this motherfucker."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But in a way, it's still the same, even though it might not look the same. I think
still the same effect.
It's still the same effect because I know I piss people off, but I might piss black people off with my success of the people around me. That's cool. But I definitely piss white people off when I get into the rooms that they think white people that black people shouldn't even be in. That's a solid form of my own protest. So
that's take away equivalent to shooting them in the face.
Yeah. It might put a little different.
And then we don't expect the 23-year-old to have all of the information that a 40-year-old has. So yeah, he didn't know a lot of shit. He didn't know all of the movements of black people and this, that. He couldn't explain that shit the way that y'all can at 40. But his sentiment, come on, at 23, the sentiment is there.
Fetty said this nigga was thinking about getting a Nobel Peace Prize or going to the Hall of Fame. It's like, bro, shut the fuck up. And you 23? And you a 20-some-year-old? Like, I've never heard a 20-some-year-old have so much bitch in their heart. Like, I'm sorry, man. Like, I think there was a lot of bitch in his heart.
I know I don't, but let's just move on from that part. Only reason being is like tomorrow we might be
saying,
cool.
bro.
But tomorrow we all might be in a different place. But what we done said to each other, you know what I mean, is still there. So let's
gotta keep it on it, man.
Boss, a young man in a group with men, with you, Corey, and Sheffrin. I'm not including myself, and Askel. I know we have Howard in a group with men, and him still have childish opinion. For more than 6 months, him learn nothing.
Who's Howard?
He not. Well, one, he not here, so let's stop talking about him. Two, I don't think the man, he got his own role model.
I ain't want a nigga get piss me off and then run off, and now I can't talk shit about it. Because all the shit I'm saying, I would say while he here.
No, I get it.
He'd be so unhinged, you wouldn't be able to hear nothing.
Corey, I get it. I'm just saying, I don't want to, it's like I'm trying to, it don't get, sometimes these shits get bogged down where we having a great conversation and then like some shit will happen. I know we don't always moderate it, but I'm actually here to moderate. Different people moderate different things. We're having such a good conversation. I don't care about all the personal shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's get back.
I'm just for the overall conversation, though. Like Colin Kapernick is a young 20. Is what Sheffrin said. He's a young 20-year-old that realizes what the fuck's going on, and what he and 20-some-year-olds is reactive, and that was his fucking reaction. That was what he had in the toolbox.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And what I'm saying is, if we got niggas, right, the reason why police feel like it's all right to keep going upside niggas' heads, because ain't no niggas going upside they motherfucking heads. Right? Now, us grown, old-ass niggas always got some other way to figure it out, right? But them young niggas, see, I don't discourage young motherfuckers. Do the United States discourage 18-year-olds from going to military Afghanistan to fuck motherfuckers up who fuck with America? You goddamn right they don't, because they don't send your motherfucking son over there to get a bullet in his motherfucking eye. Why ain't our young motherfuckers, why ain't we saying, stand up, nigga? They shooting you in the motherfucking face. Let them motherfuckers know they pull that motherfucker out. they might have something coming back to they motherfucking ass. They'll think twice before they run up on a nigga's car. They'll think twice before they kneel on a nigga's neck for 10 minutes in front of 50 other black motherfuckers. You see what I'm saying? Niggas like that. We ain't even got to say his name no more because I guess we ain't comfortable with making a fucking point because this is the overall point. This is his point. But he ran off because he don't want to finish the shit. Right? This is his point. The point is, niggas like him don't want to stand up, and that's the reason why police keep going upside niggas' heads. They didn't go upside none of my niggas' heads. They didn't. The police didn't go upside none of. When they came in my neighborhood, they came out there with their boss, with everybody if they was coming through my neighborhood, because they ain't no telling what one of them niggas would have come with the motherfucking hunkies.
But when do the preseason start, y'all? The NFL preseason start. Let's walk through this. It starts in August.
Yeah,
August,
usually starts in August.
August.
Yeah, August.
All right,
yes.
so boom. Now let's look. The August of 2016. Now these are the incidents that he said triggered them. All right, Alton Sterling, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, July 5th, 2016. Incident shot multiple times. Right. Shot multiple times by two white officers while pinned to the ground outside a convenience store. Outcome, the officers were not charged. Video, it was a viral cell phone footage showing Sterling restrained and shot. All right, then July 6th of 2016, Philando Castile, right?
A week later.
In Falcon Heights, Minnesota,
Damn.
right? Incident. Shot by Officer Jerome Yannis during a traffic stop. His girlfriend live streamed the aftermath on Facebook. Outcome, officer was acquitted. All right. So then it says Kaepernick words in 2016 in August when they viewed him sitting down. He said there are bodies in the street and people getting paid leave and getting away with murder. This is because of what's being seen, what's being shown on the videos. He said it. These were the incidents that led up to it. Now, for a person to sit there and say, "Oh well, he doing it because he trying to get NFL money." What? I can't do that to that man.
The NFL kicked him out. How you getting the NFL money?
Can't do that to that man. He's having a real response to shit that was going on.
Hall of Fame and shit.
Can't do that to that man, yo.
Hey, did you hear what I said though, Chef? Didn't I say two things can be true? Like, or can you? No matter how much you defend them, you can't detect how much of it was good intent or not. Like, you can't.
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it.
I got. But again,
I wouldn't do that to him.
I got you. But you also can't. Y'all niggas cannot get that upset and just throwing out a whack when a person have a difference of opinion of something that you can't really prove 100%. Especially if they giving examples as to why they feel that way. Y'all niggas get so fucking, that shit is amazing to me, bro. Y'all niggas get so butthurt over shit. I understand if it's a cold hard fact that you can't argue, but a lot of these convos is opinion, bro. Like, and y'all niggas get, if a nigga ain't blackity black, or if a nigga ain't joining the parade fully with some of y'all niggas just be throwing tantrums, bro. That shit corny.
Hey, in that particular case, hold on, Cuban, 2 seconds. I'm gonna give it right back to you. Pause. In that particular case, though, and maybe you and Corey could sort that out later. Based off when you left, and I wish you stopped leaving, but I understand why you leave too, because I do it also.
I'm working, bro. I ain't trying to be arguing with a motherfucker.
I get that, but I know, but sometimes I just mute and stay. Like, issue is good. Hold on, you trying to bring it back up? I'm trying to pour water on it. You light matches. I think there was also not a misunderstanding, but me in high school, Corey thought he was saying something different. And I think even you would agree if somebody was saying what Corey thought you was about to say, you probably would have went off too as a black man. He thought you was about to say something different, And I don't know, y'all can sort that out, but y'all probably just can't
And
sort
he
it
got
out
to
right.
deal with that. His interpretation for you got to deal
Okay,
with
that's
that. That
cool.
nigga
That's
called
cool.
me a
That's
bitch
cool.
ass nigga.
Listen, okay, cool,
Nigga need to
cool.
chill out.
You're right. I agree. I wish we need to bring the fade room back. But go ahead, Cuban. I apologize. I cut you short.
No, you go, bro. I'm just clarifying. Is this conversation about Colin Kaepernick not standing for the Pledge of Allegiance?
No, the conversation. Well, yes and no. The conversation is, do we believe Colin Kaepernick was capping? Was it more like a marketing thing? Was it more like a trying to bring attention to himself? And if we don't think he was capping, then why necessarily do you think black people didn't get behind him fully and support him through his protest?
I don't think he was capping at all.
Okay.
And the reason I don't think he was capping is because he worked his ass off to get where he got. To stand on principle and to sacrifice his career, I don't think that's capping, because I don't recall him begging. I don't recall anything documented begging the NFL to take him, apologizing. It's like, go back before him, Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf from the Denver Nuggets. He didn't suit the flag.
Mute your mic, Corey.
He got the NBA fined him and all this. You go to Ali. You go to different people. I mean, you have some people that see that God blessed them to have a position in life that uses their status for a cause, for a bigger purpose and a bigger agenda. I don't think that's capping. So, I mean, with Ali been capping, he went to prison. So no, I don't think that's capping at all.
What's funny in what you're saying?
He said the same thing about Ali, though.
Yeah, I know, but you know what, Chef? I'm about to fuck. Oh shit! All right, so, are we really talking about Kaepernick and Ali and them in the same conversation, or am I fucking?
No.
I don't know. Every time he say Ali, I'm kind of like, I think we overdoing it. I think
no, we not. No, we not.
I'm just saying. Listen, I'm not trying to fuck the. Hold on, Chef. I just want to be clear before I start. I'm not trying to fuck the conversation up. It's just every time people are saying in this Ali and Martin, I'm starting to be like, yeah, I think we overdoing it. That's just my opinion, but y'all go ahead.
No, that ain't fair. That ain't fair.
I don't think it have to be a one-to-one.
Right, and why can't we draw similarities? Why?
Right.
If you talking about an athlete that stood up,
it's just
crazy. Let me get this one out. Let me get this one out. If we're talking about athletes that stood up, right? To protest something that America did, very visible athletes, then to the correct analogy for Kaepernick would be Ali. That's where you would draw that comparison to. Like, why wouldn't you? Now, all of the same things that was said about Kaepernick, right? The captain, they were saying about Ali. They was calling him a draft dodger. He just ain't trying to go and fight in the war. He's really a chump, right? He's doing this for he's a big mouth and doing this for his own personal gain, right? They were saying that. Now, that could have been more true for Ali than it is for Kaepernick. Now listen to what I said. I'm not saying it is. I'm saying that those remarks could have been more true for Ali than it is for Kaepernick.
Hey,
And
Chef,
I'm
but
gonna end
check
it right
this
there.
out though.
Can
But
Check
y'all
this
I'm
out,
not
Chef.
understand?
saying,
Hold on,
but
wait.
Ali
I
had
want
I want to,
wait.
all right,
Because I made the statement. I want to be
but I,
clear on my point. I'm not saying that you don't do the comparison of an athlete standing up to something. That's not what I'm saying.
mhm.
I'm just trying to work out myself without arguing with you niggas. So I'm not telling y'all wrong. I'm not trying to get in the middle of something. I'm just wondering if anybody else in this chat, and the funny thing is they saying it in the chat too. I'm also in the chat, Chef, so you gotta understand. Because Pure
Kaepernick
Black is
supposed to
kind of,
be in the conversation. I'm
huh?
saying it.
No,
I'm
okay,
saying
that's cool. That's
Kaepernick
cool. I'm
should
not
be in
saying
that
he's not. I'm not
conversation
saying
now.
he's not supposed to
The
be.
way
I'm
black
just
bodies
saying
was being dropped on film,
when
right?
y'all bringing up Muhammad
Yeah.
Ali and y'all bringing up other things. I've heard Muhammad Ali. I've heard Martin Luther King. I said Rosa Parks. I'm just saying when I hear Kaepernick, one of these things just don't sound like the other, and it's a little cringy to me. I'm not
Well,
saying he ain't qualified. It just feels it's a more of a feeling than a
Do you know how they
qualification.
felt about Ali? Yo, do you know
I
that
don't.
they felt
I
like
don't know
Ali
nothing
was
about him.
hold on, let me say this. At the time, they thought Ali was a fucking joke. We revere him now. They thought he was, yo, a loudmouth joke, yo. This nigga done switched his name. Now he on some black power. When you become a Muslim now, all of this shit that y'all saying about Kaepernick, oh, now you conscious now. You feel me? When the fuck did this happen? And out of all this shit that's saying about Kaepernick, yo, history repeats itself, yo. We look at Ali now as he always been this type of nigga. That's not how the world looked at him at that fucking time. And all black people was not on Ali's side.
I
Nigga,
can
you a clown.
I can respect Kaepernick's courage. I can respect Kaepernick's protests, but I also understand Ali's war was with the entire U.S. government, and he risked jail.
Yo, remember Ali turned on Malcolm X.
Hold on, Steph.
Niggas
But
looked at him
Kaepernick,
like he was crazy.
bro, I know, but your emotions is about to get high. I know where it's about to go. Just let me finish my statement. Ali risked jail fighting imperialism and the entire U.S. government during the Vietnam War. Kaepernick was risking at most a job in the NFL. I just think it's different. That's
No,
just my opinion. I just
I just want to say something because I brought that example up. So I don't know. I'm taking it somebody brought those examples up before I said something. So
no, this was all brought up. This was all
okay,
brought up before.
all right. I was just drawing a similarity in the sense of standing on principle. Like everybody that was mentioned so far, Rosa Parks, King, Ali, Kaepernick, everybody did different things, right? But the principle, this is what I'm looking at. Just the fact that he put his money, he put big dollars on the line. How many people would have done that? Simply not saluting the flag because there was no, something like Vietnam going on. What was going on was the senseless killing by the police on black people. So to me, I just look at it, that was his expression of I'm not going to salute a flag. I'm not going to stand for a flag, but you don't stand for my people because your people that are part of your government are killing my people. So I'm just not going to salute your flag.
I know.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah, I know. It might seem provocative, right? I'm just saying every time y'all say the shit, it's starting to. I don't disagree with what Cap did at all. I don't know enough about it to make a statement. I'm not on that. It's just risking your freedom and risking a quarterback job is just different to me. I don't think he was ever going to go to jail for kneeling or. I don't think he just wasn't going to be able to play in the NFL. And that's his lifelong passion. That's his lifelong thing he worked for. But there was I understood for people that was in that time draft dodging, especially at a time, I don't remember if that was before, that was after. Okay, so that was after that. So draft dodging in that climate of what the world was, and losing your freedom, potentially going to jail, lose what being the heavyweight champion of the world meant at that time. Just the climate, I don't like to compare the two. But I mean, in essence, they're the same thing, right? So in essence, they're the same thing. It feels weird. It feels weird. I don't know.
It is. It's kind of the same. Look, they both lost their jobs, right? Ali didn't fight for 3 years after that. He was stripped of his titles.
Right.
Too. They both lost their jobs by standing on their principles.
One was going to go to jail, Howard. One was like one was going to lose his freedom. That's different than losing a job.
Okay.
One was going to lose his freedom.
That's true, but let's point out another difference. Yeah. When Ali got up there in front of those people, who did he have behind him at that press conference?
Malcolm, Jim Brown, Bill Russell, all of them guys.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
But Howard didn't have him in that room. When he went in there to enlist and told them, and them people know they wasn't in the room with him. They wasn't in that jail cell with him. That's still a tough decision, brother. That's still
but I'm saying if Colin has that type of support behind him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? But he did.
LeBron James is my favorite player, and I love his activism. But what Colin stood up to, sports got its own little system of plantation type action. What Colin stood up to, sad to say, I did watch LeBron fold when it came to China. He stood up for Trayvon Martin. He stood up for us. I get that. But the equality aspect, I saw LeBron kind of back down for financial reasons with China, and I was a little disappointed in that. But then once again, I'm a person that I think one of our downfalls is Black people, us as a group. Our leaders have to be perfect. When Chef and y'all was talking about how young, when Corey was talking about how young Kaepernick was, we can't expect him to have it fully together. I think a lot of times we don't understand how young a lot of these people were. Martin Luther King was 26. These are young people that they have the vigor and they have the wisdom all at the same time. That's what makes them special. Most times it comes. We was talking about that earlier, but I don't think there's no one way to protest. What meant something to him is what whatever. I don't know. This is an interesting conversation. Hopefully other people, y'all talk. Y'all come off mute if you can, and y'all talk about it. But I have my own thoughts, but I'm trying to just moderate it and not move it in a way of something that I want to talk about, per se. But even the chat is saying Ali negotiated with Iraq to get hostages free. That's something else. It says comparing Ali to Kaepernick is diabolical. Did this nigga just compare Kaepernick to Ali? So I'm not the only person that feels like this.
Yeah. Ali was a different caliber. I mean, he went to Iraq on his own accord. He wasn't sent there. He did it out of himself. Wasn't like somebody pointed him to go.
I didn't even know he did that. I really don't even know what y'all talking about.
Yeah, he went to Saddam Hussein to get some.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta look that up before I start giving him more credit than I already do.
Yeah. But like you said, there's different forms of protest. There's different.
Jesse Jackson did the same thing, didn't he?
Yeah. Jesse Jackson, I think he went somewhere in Europe, I believe. Was it Europe? Or he did some shit?
I don't know. They some serious niggas.
Yeah, I was about to say, people don't. If Jesse Jackson, Jesse Jackson they never talk about Jesse Jackson, but Jesse Jackson, based off like all the different, he like Rick James, like he got all these stories and things that he did that don't nobody know, that when they tell it later, you're gonna have to start looking at Jesse Jackson like some of these great leaders. They don't really look at
don't be respected Jesse, yo. They play with Jesse, yo. Well, they always pick one nigga to play with.
They always, that's a fact. That is 100% fact. It's a nigga that done gave blood, sweat, and tears, and he's a goddamn clown, but he sit next to Martin Luther King. So it's like, nah, that was Martin, nigga. Ain't got nothing to do with you, brother. That was Martin, brother.
That's
Say how to stay, sit down somewhere. That was Martin.
That's funny as fuck.
That is, bro. But
fuck you in the
until they
Rainbow
gave
Coalition,
that movie,
right?
until they gave that movie to what's my man name? The homosexual. I'm about to call him the homosexual. Until they gave that movie to Baird Rustin, most people wouldn't even know who he was. Like you don't
That's
even
a
know
fact.
how incremental he was to the civil rights movement. He was what you saw on TV. He was the one that put that shit together.
That put all that
behind
shit
the
together.
scenes. Yeah, they was fighting him. They was like, "Why are you using kids? Why are you trying to?"
He was the radical. He was the radical.
He was the one that was the radical. Yeah. But until you see a movie, he just known as the gay guy in the movement. That's like that nobody wanted him in the movement in the first place. That's crazy as hell. Man, that shit crazy. Good old Jesse Jackson. What Chappelle call him? He said up there
what Jesse Jackson do that I ain't hear
a drunk ass pickaninny. He said when Obama got elected and they showed that picture of Jesse Jackson crying and shit, motherfuckers was clowning him for that shit. That shit's fucked up.
What did Jesse Jackson do that put him miles above Al Sharpton? Like how y'all seen it? I said, what did Jesse Jackson do that put him above Al Sharpton?
Bro, don't tell me you want to start a conversation about killing Jesse Jackson. Just I don't want to do. If you want to do that, I'm with you. Just know what you about
I mean, it's just a question. I'm not leaning either way or the other. I'm just
Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton is not even on the same level.
Al Sharpton faked a black girl being raped for publicity. I don't even want to discuss Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson.
Yeah, where did that come from, Logic?
I'm gonna just tell everybody on the chat. Look up the name. No, Elijah. Look up the name Tawana Brawley, and then come back to me with that conversation. The nigga faked a black girl being raped in Bensonhurst. He faked it for media.
Yeah.
And the nigga had a tracksuit, and the whole time he was doing it, he had a tracksuit and a perm with a big ass KFC mustache, looking crazy as hell,
and running around with James Brown.
Yeah, that nigga he was just siding at her first.
He was James Brown,
and also an FBI informant. He was an informant too.
He was selling drugs. Crazy. They got him on tape buying drugs.
Damn. And now he on TV.
Logic
nigga ran for president. The nigga ran for president. But guess what? The nigga ran for president, and like my man Brad say, you're not the worst thing that you ever did.
You ain't never lied, bro, but that's a tough one. I ain't gonna lie to you. He's right there where it's like, bro, you faked a black girl being raped for publicity. That's gonna be a very. I don't know how you ended up on CNN, but God bless you, brother. God bless that you worked that to a CNN job.
The nigga was in a presidential debate, kicking ass. Like he was running circles around her. I'm like, the nigga smart.
Nah, but he was, bro, because he was so close. You got to remember, bro, he was close to all them niggas. Jesse Jackson. All of that, bro. It's just he only wild shit. He had that. I hate to keep bringing light to his perm, but it's just how crazy he looked. He didn't look like somebody to be trusted, bro.
Yo, he hung with James Brown. He got his fame for hanging with James Brown. That's why James Brown told him to wear his hair like that. It's crazy. Yo, his story is nuts, yo. The nigga was like James Brown bodyguard or something. It was crazy.
hey, not just tracksuits, Brass, but velour tracksuits.
Yeah, he used to wear velour. Wild. He used to wear velour tracksuits with a perm and a Logic and no shirt on underneath. Like nigga was walking around with
on me.
he was crazy.
He got a blouse on and a perm.
Nigga was crazy, bro. And he used to wear church. Yeah, he used to wear church shoes with them track suits. We used to have on like a church
Oh
shoes.
yeah, the loafers.
Yeah, he was wild as hell, bro. That nigga was wild. Yo, I knew I couldn't trust Al Sharpton because when he lost all that weight, and I saw him dancing like with them church socks on and them church shoes and them shorts. Oh man, I lost my mind, bro. That nigga, he is not to be trusted. And if you ever see him, I ain't gonna say that, but I've been to events where he at. That's a dancing nigga, bro. I ain't never seen he definitely learned some of his moves from James Brown because that is even today. If he had like an event for the RNC or the DNC, he will dance damn near the whole time. Like he'll speak, all of that, but he'll be on the dance floor damn near the whole time. So yeah, he was definitely Sonetta, no question. But he don't. But just him and Jesse Jackson, that's a whole nother stratosphere.
With the weight loss,
I wasn't unfamiliar with.
I was about to play him. I was
look up
about
the
to say that perm dried up.
the Yes Network didn't Jesse Jackson create, was it Operation Now or Yes Network or some shit like that? It was like a big time thing in the 80s or in the 70s, one of the two. But yeah, they was on a different level. But look up Tawana Brawley just so you have some understanding of what the lengths that Sharpton will go to get his point across. Tawana Brawley. Crazy.
Is that why he's in that Boondocks episode?
Yeah. Matter of fact, Tupac made a song on one of his albums talking about the Tawana Brawley kid. You could tell the sentiment of it because Tupac was talking about it before they found out that it was Cap. And he was like lighting it up. I forgot the song. I forgot the album. It was one of his early albums. But then they found out it was bullshit. But yeah, not him. But yeah, no, I don't. I think we've probably exhausted the Kaepernick conversation. Unless y'all got something else, but I don't. I don't
even know why we would want to question why is he serious. I don't get that, but like I hope we kind of got past that, honestly.
It's the media you consume, brother. It's the media you consume, man. That's what some people get. Some of their
algorithm, depending on your algorithm.
Yeah. This internet stuff is so powerful. I think sometimes we take it for granted. This shit is powerful, man. Really powerful.
Yeah, and I see now why my question had no relevance to these. As far as what he's doing now, I get that now.
Science is gifting in the chat. Then I'm gonna get back to what you said. Science is gifting in the chat. Says y'all do too much. He stood up when he did, and that counts. He didn't waver or fold. Y'all be wanting people to be radical in every situation, hometown or not. He still stood up when he didn't have to. I appreciate that. Yeah. I would agree. I would agree with that. I can't even argue that statement. All right. So overall, did we come to some clarity, Paul? Did we get some kind of clarity as to what it was? So are we all in agreement that he should have done what he did and it was rightful? Or no? Are we not there?
I mean, I know I'm not hating on it. That's what I'm gonna say.
What did you pause right there? Man.
I could tell you privately, it's like a thing I have with the term I don't want to do this live.
I understand.
I'll tell you privately because it'll fuck up the rest of the conversation. Maybe I'll pause on that particular thing, but it's definitely not pause worthy. It's more personal. But
that'd be difficult to dance around that. Like, that's tough.
nah, there's some weed in there that's a little crazy. But I'm glad y'all came to some clarity. We at the 1 hour 50 minute mark. If we still in the Discord, get in the Discord. I'm gonna try to keep these lives a little shorter. We still in the Discord. Y'all can get in here. Nobody's gonna probably leave this room. We'll start talking about something else, and if it's worthy or we feel like sharing it with y'all, then we'll bring it live. But the CEO asked me to keep these under 2 hours so he can clip them up and get y'all better shorts. But on this topic, it's pretty much exhausted. And then we're gonna leave on Smalls. Tell us where you made a mistake. Peace to the chat.